This is a lesson on the modes of major staying in a single key. So modes come from a major scale. If you have a major scale, let's just say it's, we're using numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1. If you go from 1 to 1, with 1 being your root, 1 is the root, you have a major scale. But if you keep the same pitch collection, so by pitch collection, I mean it's the same exact pitches, but the root changes, then you have a new mode. So if you go from 2 to 2, for example, so if 2 is the root, and your scale is going from 2 to 2, you have a completely different mode. So the key stays the same. We're just starting on 2 as our root in this case. That's going to give you a different mode. So you're using the same pitches that you're using before with 2 as your root. This makes more sense if we use the key of C. So we're using the C pitch collection. If we go from C to C, so C is our root, that's going to be C major. So C to C. Draw it for me. That is going to be a C major scale. C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. Now let's say E is our root. So the pitch collection remains the same. It's still going to be the C pitch collection. So it's still C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. It's the same thing, but we're only going to go this time from E to E. So from this E to this E. Now, you'll notice the half steps are in different spots. So previously in a major scale, the half steps would be between 3 and 4 and 7 and 1. Right now, our half steps are between 1 and 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, between 5 and 6. So it's the same notes from C to C, but we're using E as our root. So this is what's called the third mode of C major. The reason it's called that is because E is the third scale degree, so E is the third scale degree of C. When you put it all together, it becomes the third mode of C major. Let's do another example. So we're going to do another example starting with the fifth mode of C major. So we're going to start on the fifth note. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're starting G to G. So we're still using the same notes from the C major pitch collection. We're just starting on G. Now our half steps are between 3 and 4, so that's like a major scale, but now between 6 and 7. So our half steps are in different locations. So all the modes of major are just different scales starting inside a major scale. So I'll repeat that. The modes of major, you stay inside a major scale or stay inside of a key, but you start on a different root. So let's talk about what this means in a different way. So the phrase that works on this is, I don't play loud music at lunch. I don't play loud music at lunch. And what that stands for, this IDPLMAL, what that stands for is the different names of the modes. So Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, Locrian. These are the names of the modes in order, the modes of major. So inside any key, you have all of these modes. Ionian is major. That's going to be the first mode of major. If you start on the second note in a key, you're going to get Dorian. The third note, you're going to get Phrygian. The fourth note, you're going to get Lydian. Fifth note, Mixolydian. The sixth note, Aeolian. Seventh note, Locrian. If you go C to C, that's the first mode of major. If you stay in the key of C, but this time you're going to go D all the way down to D, you're in the second mode of major, and that second mode of major is called Dorian. It's the Dorian mode. Staying inside the key of C, but you're going from D to D. the third mode of major. So we have 1, 2, 3, starting on the third note of the C major scale, but our roots, we're thinking of going from E to E. That's the third mode of major. So 1, 2, 3, that's the Phrygian mode.